Good morning, Internet. What's up, Internet? Hello, Internet. Boy, oh boy, what a morning it has been. This is not the show. We'll start for real, in I don't know, another 10 minutes or so here. But boy, it has been a crazy ass. It has been a crazy ass morning. So I don't, this probably won't be the first time you hear me say it, but since you're here early and I'm just like watching levels bounce and need to do, mic check business anyways. So this wall here that you can see here, this corner wall with the light switch, and then this corner on the other side of that is my water heater and my furnace. And so the air conditioning unit is outside, and then how the air gets in, magic, whatever. It has all needed work lately. I've had people out 2 or 3 times over the past couple of months and spent a significant amount of money on it. A couple days ago, heard a dripping noise coming from that closet zone. And I was like, that's no good. We need to get someone out here. Made that call. Seemed very minor. And then this morning, there's a swing that my son sits in that's just off camera here sometimes. And the floor, the carpet under it, wet. Different levels of wet. Some of it like, oh, I need to wipe my hand off. Some of it just like, there's a dampness here. So water is seeping under the wall from the heater area. I got people coming out tomorrow to look at the heater aspect of it. And then now we will have to call someone to come out and do the actual work on the damage, I guess, the damage. I know there's supposed to be an overflow. Supposed to be a valve in there that automatically shuts it off when things when that happens, but it did not. So yeah, it could be a clogged drain pipe, could be a couple of different things, really. So yeah. So I went out and bought Shop Vac. That's that in the corner there. I guess it's not a branded. It's a wet dry vacuum, and sucked some of the water out of the carpet, and that's nice, but not enough. Not enough. It can only do so much. Well, I don't know. If I had hours and hours to sit there and really suck the water out, I could do it. But we're here doing this, so I'm not doing that. So yeah, it's been an interesting morning. I needed a Shop Vac anyway. Get a dehumidifier and a fan. I feel like living in this area is one big dehumidifier. Maybe I'll just open the window. That would probably do gangbusters, to be honest. But yeah, so it's a little damp in here. That's cool. Pretty awesome. Let's see. So as a result, yes, I'm just now kind of getting things going here and seeing if there's anything, if there's any like, meaningful major leaks here, but, yeah, I don't know. There's Tom Henderson's out there saying that Starfield will be 15 to 20% of the showcase. That doesn't seem like a great idea. I don't know. That's, That's not, you know, I want to see some Starfield. I don't know if I need to see that much Starfield, but hey, I don't know if they'll show, what is it? Codename Badger, which is that Minecraft game I was talking about, or not, but anyway, yeah, a lot going on over here. We're going to start the show proper in, 2 or 3 minutes here. So I'm just getting a little loose. That Street Fighter 6 footage is up on YouTube. A lot of people talking about the announcers in that. I think the thing to remember with the announcers in that game, at least from my time with the game, and, you can go watch the footage because I have the subtitles on for it and all that stuff. The announcers, I think, will be really good for players that don't understand all the nuance of a fighting game. So, the announcer calling out stuff like that, hey, you blasted through an attack because you had super armor, or like pointing out that one player has more meter than the other, and that sort of stuff, I think is probably really good as a way to get players thinking about those sorts of things in a way that they probably wouldn't otherwise. But you can turn it off. It's not, it's totally disableable. I think it's a really interesting addition to the game that, like I said, I think it'll be very useful in specific situations. Was there a lot of repeat commentary? I definitely heard it repeat. It's only got so many lines to it, but yeah, what else is going on? Video Games Chronicle saying that there's a new Banjo, and I saw that's been going around for the past couple of days. That could be kind of cool. I did not get to see any of the run around the city stuff in Street Fighter. Everything that is on YouTube is every single thing I saw of the game. I literally hooked it up, hit record, played the game, stopped. So you have seen as much as I have played. Yeah, they were really only showing that stuff out. So we've got this countdown. Here. And so give me a minute here and we'll start for real. Okay. I've stopped the recording, but we're still here. Let's get this set up, and then I'm probably going to step out of this room for a moment on account of it's gotten very hot in here. And hopefully that's drying out the carpet. That'd be nice. My shop vac over here getting rigid. That's not technically a shop vac. That's a brand name, right? It's rigid. Got to suck all the liquid out of this carpet. Man, fuck. It is. It was a wild morning, and it was like I got all that stuff like not necessarily done, but it got to a point where it's like, well, I got to get ready for this stream, so wet floor, I guess. And here we are. So I'm going to do this. Wait. How come it's not letting me pop out this? There it is. How come it's not letting me pop out this video player? There we go. We have made it happen. Looks like they are streaming but do not have any audio yet. Let's just pop back over to this view to make sure that we are going to get it. We got it. Good. Okay. So that appears to be set. I hope. We'll see. I've never watched one of these live, or at least never with the audio up, because, we'd always be like in our like meeting room and like getting ready for whatever was next and all this other stuff. So it was always like catching a little bits and pieces of it after the fact. So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out their show and seeing what's up. I've got a little bit of time here. How's everybody doing? How's the day going? It's like we'll talk about Street Fighter 6 on the podcast on Tuesday, but also I played some Street Fighter 6 yesterday, and it's pretty fucking cool. I guess I can go back to this one. Yeah, I think if you've played any recent Street Fighter, if you played some 5 and stuff like that, you can kind of go look at the website they've put up, because they break down the mechanics pretty well about what does what. And I think you can get a feel for at least like what the systems will be, but also there's a deliberate feel to it. It feels a little slower. It feels a little chunkier. The hits feel like they hit harder in some ways. That I really appreciated. It feels real. The hits feel stiff, I guess. Like I don't want to say the game feels stiff, because that doesn't come across as good. Yeah, Maximilian. Yeah, I've not seen what Maximilian has to say about it. If anyone was going to weigh in on it, that you'd probably want to check out, is probably him. The game feels heavy. The jumps, all that other stuff. It feels like you're coming in heavy. Like it feels like there's just this boom. Like even the, stuff like a jumping roundhouse out of Ryu. I missed my first few because I was hitting the button too late. Like it just feels like some of those moves just take a little bit longer to come out, and in a way that gives it, like I said, that gives it weight as you're kind of dialing in the different speed and all that sort of stuff. It's really interesting. I think they're doing some stuff that I think like it feels like they looked at the kind of esports first approach of Street Fighter V and where that got them, and said, hey, we need to do better to bring new players into the fold. We need to do better at making a fully featured game that can appeal to more than just that kind of pro player crowd. And I think that's that is stuff that they are doing. They say anything about the net code? So there's kind of details from interviews and stuff like that out there. I asked questions to the folks that were there, and they were like, we are not answering any questions about this. The dev team was only there on Friday. By the time I was free and clear and able to book appointments, only Saturday was left. And so I was not able to do any interview stuff. But yeah, they have confirmed that it does have some form of rollback, and I believe some form of crossplay and all that other stuff. So, I think they've, it's more than just like the representatives there were not going to talk to me about Ken or any of the other unannounced characters and all of that sort of stuff. So, yeah, you're right. The fighting game community has never really needed their games to be catered around esports. It just needs good net code and a good ranked mode, and hopefully good lobbies for when you want to get together with friends, and like you want to be able to have a good training mode or something like that. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It seems very cool. They only had 4 characters in the build, but I put that video up on YouTube if you want to check it out. And then maybe sometime next week. I don't know that I have. Yeah, like initially I was like, I'll put this raw footage up and then I'll put it up again with me talking over it. But I don't know that I have anything to say specifically about the that'll go with the footage. That I'll probably just talk about it on the podcast on Tuesday, and we'll go from there. But yeah, we'll see. And yeah, the dynamic announcer, I think it will end up being really cool for new players. That's one of those things that is like, it'll, the thing I keep mentioning is that, like, when you use I forget the name of it, was when you hit both heavies, and it's like for Ryu, it's like a lunging fist kind of thing, but it has one hit of armor on it. And when you go through someone's attack and all that other stuff, it notes like, oh, the super armor did that, and it'll just drive impact, right? That's the thing. And it will let you know that, hey, your armor is what got you through this to do that attack, and I think that's something that like is not immediately understood by a lot of players. I think, you know, for the longest time I was not necessarily super in the know about what has armor, what doesn't, all other stuff, you know, all that. But did I get to check out the open world? No, it was just the kind of one-on-one fighting. But the video I put up on YouTube is literally every single piece of the game I played. I hooked it up, hit go, started playing, stopped playing, hit stop, all that other stuff. So it's yeah. Yeah. Why don't we take a quick break here? I'm going to step out of the room and you know, use the facilities and so on and so forth. And I'll probably be back in like, let's call it like 10 or 15 minutes. Hold tight, everybody. I'm not pooping. God. I pooped this morning. Look, I already pooped. Leave me alone. Hi, everyone. I'm here to eat on camera. Everyone loves that, right? And this is, you know, we get a little 10 minutes here of a little ASMR here to... This is a... Cliff Bar. It's nut butter. I know what you need. The sexy stuff. I'm not going to show feet, but I will show socks. It's my Summer Game Fest Play Days socks. These were being given out yesterday at Keeley's event from I Am 8-Bit. So yeah, I guess, you know, I Am 8-Bit also helped put that whole thing together. Do they have any gamer gummies? No, they had popcorn. There was a table in one of the other rooms that was kind of like there was a bunch of places to sit. People were usually using it to type or eat or something. And there was a table full of popcorn, little individual bags of popcorn. And there was a sign on it. And it had the Summer Game Fest logo. And then below that, it just said, popcorn for all. I don't know why I think that's so fucking funny. It's just something popcorn for all. And I was like, is that a weird E for all burn? Or no, it's not. My head is just broken. And yeah, so we'll probably start for real in another, let's call it like 10 minutes or something like that. They're still running a stay tuned graphic and no audio from the looks of things. But, you know. I also have some of the popcorn. I have not tried it yet. I don't know what to expect from this. I know that I should probably look it up. So they have sponsors, including Modus, Sega, Kepler. Kepler came up a couple of times. What in the Xbox thing, and I meant to look up what is Kepler? Kepler Interactive. I feel like I heard the name recently, and I can't remember what. We are a major global publisher, co-owned and run by developers. It says London and Singapore. So Ashen is okay. So is this A44 Alpha Channel, Awakeb, Ebb Software, Shape Farm, Slow Clap, and Timberline. Okay. Right. This is now sounding vaguely familiar. Kepler Interactive. A collective of developers. I was going to see if they had any kind of like who is running it at the Kepler level. If there was some kind of name or something there or whatever, but yeah, okay, yeah, they announced this back in September 2021 is when they announced Kepler Interactive, and yeah, a handful of developers kind of collecting together under a common banner to try to get out there and do their thing. That's a strategy. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so we know. I feel like PC Gamer put out a list of like, here's who's going to be, or here are some of the names you can expect at the show, and I thought I saw Valve on that list. Am I right about that? PC. Now I'm trying to look at that list. NetEase owns Kepler. Is that true? Okay. There's Art out there with the TF2 engineer. Yeah, I figure if Valve's going to announce anything, this is the right crowd for them to say, like, because I know they kind of alluded to it recently, but to say like, yeah, we're going to fix TF2 or whatever. I am hoping that, today's Sunday, right? So that means like Monday is going to be the next day for Steam Deck invites. Mine is supposed to be Q2, and we're running out of Q2. So I've got my fingers crossed, hoping that maybe tomorrow will be the day for me to get a Steam Deck. Especially if I have to not be in this room for some chunk of time to allow people to fix the water damage. If you're just joining us, my air conditioner is leaking liquid all over in the closet right on the other side of this wall here. And some of that is seeped under the wall. And the corner, that carpet is wet. Isn't that fun? Isn't that awesome? That was I had an idea that we don't have enough time, but for a minute there I was like, I'll just spend the time between Xbox and the PC gaming show vacuuming up water for people. But yeah, it's a thing. I'm gonna eat the rest of this real quick before we. Yes. The drainage hose is likely clogged. You're probably right about that. Or One of the other things is that it might be, I guess, when you run low on refrigerant, which I'm not sure if I am or not. The AC does not work very well upstairs. But I guess when you're low on refrigerant, that is something that can happen. And there are a couple of other reasons when I was looking it up. And take the shop vac to the drainage line to clear it out. There's an idea. I might actually try that. Yeah, we're going to start. They're going to start in about 15 minutes. So I'll probably start in about 5. And by start, I mean like I'll hit record and that'll be the stuff that gets archived. If you're here with me now, baby, this is exclusive. Yeah. So what else? This is this is my first one of these, I guess. Where it is just, do I have to do one of these? Just the bottom one left blank, baby. Fuck yeah. I've saved most of my badges from over the last, I guess 30 years. I guess 92 was the first time I went to a trade show. I don't know if I have any of those CES badges from back then. I might still have some of them, but I have a box full of badges somewhere. Was that get me free ice cream? No, the ice cream, I don't know actually if there was ice cream, to be honest with you, but because it was a 2-day event and stuff, you know what, I gotta say, the Keighley thing, the Playdays thing was very well run. It was nice. It was very nice to be around other people and talk about video games and all this other stuff that, you know, there was like a good array of games there, and they had a pretty good setup in terms of like, did I get a premium drink voucher? Yes. Yes, since I was only there for the afternoon, I didn't get to use many of the here's the Wi-Fi details, in case you find yourself there. But yes, I drank a Diet Coke, which did not require a drink ticket. So I still have all my drink tickets, baby. And yes, they had a bag on the way out that I did not have to give them my card to my, where's that, to get that. That's what the socks were in this bag, and so on and so forth. But yeah, it was a nice loud little room. I came home, my throat was sore, which is never a good thing when you're like, oh, I just went out and was amongst the public and now my throat feels, I'm like, oh right, I've been wearing a mask and yelling all afternoon because it's a loud room and I'm yelling through a mask to someone else who's wearing a mask and so on and so forth. And it was the most and loudest I've talked in some time. And it was great. It was really great. I think, you know, as a kind of first stab at trying to have some kind of event like that that was focused for people that want to cover games in a variety of ways, I think it did a really good job. And you know, onward and upward, and so on and so forth. Hopefully, we'll. You know, I think Keighley had said already that he was planning on doing something like this next year, and yeah, it was well done. It was well done. Good array of games. I guess the only thing is, a lot of the Day of the Devs stuff was set up for like really short playable demos, like 4 or 5 minutes or something. And some of those games were not necessarily games that you could see in 4 or 5 minutes. So I ended up kind of passing on some of that stuff because it just didn't seem like a great way to see some of those games. But I stood behind and watched some of that stuff while I was there. And yeah, it's cool in person, but what does that mean? The presentation will be in an auditorium. I think in person means that there could be an event like the one that happened yesterday and the day before that. There was, where the press can go and see games. In person could also mean a crowd for the show itself, like all that sort of stuff. And And then then E3 will come back and we'll see what that all means, right? Like what that all means next year, for all of that. If you were just joining us, we are getting ready to check out the PC Gamers PC Gaming Show for the year 2022. That's this year. They are still telling folks to stay tuned. So we'll wait until they get some kind of more active looking pre-show thing going before we kind of get going. And yeah, so if it seems like I'm stalling and stretching, it's because I'm just over here kind of reading chat. How's everybody? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Yeah. Swag bag talk over here. You're going to make a pizza over there. Nice. How am I doing? Am I doing well? Am I solvent? Who can say? I'm doing good. It's been a crazy fucking week, and thanks everybody for hanging out with me, because it's been an extremely wild time, and and then just like trying to get all this stuff done and get all this stuff off the ground and make it happen, and all of this in the middle of all this kind of E3-ish stuff, where it's like I spent time going like, oh, well, what's my regular schedule going to be? And then like the week comes along, it's like, oh, none of that's going to happen because all this other E3-ish sort of stuff is happening. And then to wake up this morning and discover that a bunch of water was seeping under my office wall into the office. It's like, of course. Of fucking course. Okay, Bryn says the biggest gaming news of the day that Games Workshop has teased new paint reveals for Warhammer painting. Why do you need new paint reveals? Can't you just use paint? Can't you just use any paint? Couldn't you just go get some Vanta Black if you wanted to, or like whatever weird paints and use them on the hams? Or do they they got to use regulation next generation paint. Okay. I stand corrected. I did not realize that we were moving on to the next generation of paint. How huffable is this new paint? That's my only question. Forget I said that. Let's see, 12:22. They're due to start in about 8-ish minutes here. Hopefully they will. I'm scrolling through this Tyler Wilde article from 4 days ago. What do I think of Skate Story? I have not seen Skate Story. I saw the oh geez, I can't remember that. I wrote the name of it down, but the trailer for the game where you are in the book and doing stuff in the book, and then you jump out of the book, and then it's a 3D game. The name of it is escaping me. Plucky Squire. There you go. I thought that looked incredible. People are saying they see a countdown on PC Gamer's Twitch channel. Huh? That's
to
there we
think
go.
up all these different tactics on how to get around me.
Okay.
Once I got them, I pretty much just tried to.
The video wasn't playing. Turns out.
Probably my most prized.
Thank you.
Other than my daughters now.
That guy
To Big Jazzy J for saying that they are indeed running pre-show. Okay. So now they've got people here doing people stuff. Ah, now it's me. Now it's Glasses Man. Now it's this guy. Now it's me. Yeah, so we'll get going a little bit here. Okay. I'll be back in a moment, and we'll start the show for realsies. La 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 la. La 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 la. Just pooping my pants right here in the chair. It's nice. It's nice.
Enjoy your gaming.
And yeah, and then I got to figure out We've got some doctors and dentist appointments and some other stuff coming up here in the next couple of weeks. So the schedule's weird for a little bit. I will post the schedule on Patreon when when I've got it locked down. But yeah, head over to patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann for updates on that. If you're already in there, then I've been using the event stuff on the Discord to point out that stuff as well. But yes, we will we'll be back here together again tomorrow afternoon to take a look at what Capcom has to show. I'm going to send you off in the direction of one Will Smith because he's live and streaming. Tell Will I said hi, everybody, and have a good raid. Join the raid, Viking Raiders, the Viking Experience, so on and so forth. And I'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a good one. I haven't hit stop yet. See you, everybody.